Welcome to the next video in my series of Python revision challenges. The challenge this time is to create a game which picks a target random number between 1 and 20. The game should then ask the user to guess the target number. If the number that the user enters is not the target number, the program should tell the user whether the number is higher or lower than the target number, and it should give the user another go until they guess the target number. If the target number is the user's number, then the program should tell them that they've won the game and the program should close. Okay, so I'll give you a few seconds to pause the video and have a go at this challenge. Okay, so welcome back then if you've had a go at this challenge. I'm going to take you through a solution to this challenge. You may well have a different solution, and it would be great if you could share that solution in the comments of this video so that other people can learn from the different solutions that have been put on the video. So let's start then by importing random, because we're going to need this to generate our random target number. We're then going to define a few variables. So we need to define a variable for our target number. And I've used the random.randint function to generate a random number between 1 and 20 and stored it in a variable called target num. And if you've watched my video on random numbers, you'll know how to do this from that. Then I'll define another variable called target guessed. And we'll need this variable to break out of our loop, because I'm going to be using a while loop to allow the user to have another go. Then we're going to define our while loop. So I'm going to say while our target guessed variable equals false, do this code. So I'm going to define a variable here, guess equals an integer input. It's going to be asking the user to enter a number between 1 and 20. So enter a guess between 1 and 20. Our program's then got to decide whether they've won or whether we need to tell them that their number was too high or too low compared with the target number that we've generated here. So let's use an if-elif statement here. So I'm going to say if guess equals target num. I'm going to print you win, because if the guess that they've entered here is equal to the target number, then they've won the game. And I don't want the loop to be executed again because they've won the game, so the program should end now. So I want to break out of the loop, and to do that I'm going to set target guessed equal to true. I'm then going to do an elif statement, and I'm going to say elif guess is greater than target num. So if their guess is bigger than the target number, I'm going to print your guess was too high. Try again. So if their input here is greater than the random number that we've generated, then we're going to tell them that it's too high, and then the loop is going to go back round and give them another go. And the only other possible thing that could happen is that their guess is less than the target number. So then all we need at the end here is else. We don't actually need to do another elif and put in the condition. So else print your guess was too low. Try again. Okay, and that's my solution to this challenge. Let's run the program and see what result we get. Okay, so the program's asked us to enter a guess between 1 and 20. So I'm going to enter 10. It's told us that the guess is too low, so I'm going to try a larger number, say 15. It's told us that the guess was still too low, so I'm going to try a larger number, 18. The guess was still too low, so I'm going to try another larger number, 19. And the random number was 19, so I've won. And we can test whether that has actually worked properly, and it's not just a logic error in our program, by printing out at the end of the program where it says you win our actual target number. So let's try running this again. So we can enter a guess between 1 and 20. I'm going to enter 10 again. Guess was too low. Enter 15. Guess was too high. So we're going to enter 13. You win. And it's printed out my target number, which was indeed 13. So we can see that that aspect where it's checked that the guess is equal to the target num has indeed worked, because our target number was 13 and I entered 13. Okay, so that's the end of this Python programming challenge, the second in my provision challenges. Thanks for watching.